Hey guys, thank you very much for joining in to my channel. I greatly appreciate your support. So this is October, and October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so on this show, we've been talking for the past 3 weeks, we've been talking about domestic violence. And so I have already posted 3 videos already. So if you have not watched any of them, I would highly recommend that you go back and view those videos, okay? So I'm gonna tell you what the titles of the videos are and a little bit about what we talked about. I'm just gonna do, this is a little bit different. I'm gonna do like a recap or a synopsis, if you will, of what I've already spoken about on 3 previous videos, okay, to kind of get you up to date. So then that way on this Thursday when I go live for a video, then that way you will be up to date, because this is giving you time to go back and look at the 3 previous videos, okay? So that way you are up to date, and when I post a video on Thursday, then you will be right on point with everybody else has been watching the videos, okay? So let's go ahead and let's talk about what the first video was about. So the first video, I actually posted that one on October the 1st. And so that one would have been on a Wednesday that I posted that video. And so on that one, I spoke about what domestic violence is and what it isn't, okay? And so I'm gonna share a little bit about that with you on here. So this video is not going to be really long because I'm doing a lot of recapping, okay? And then this is kind of, like I said, to help you get caught up so that you are aware when I post video 4 in regards to domestic violence, then you will be right on point with for the next video, okay? So let's go ahead and let's jump on into this. So the first video, like I said, we talked about what domestic violence is and what it isn't. So I shared with you, I actually gave you a part of my testimony as well. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, and so I shared that information with you. Also, I just want to kind of jump in here and just tell you that domestic violence color is purple. So you're going to see me throughout this month when I do the videos, you're going to see me with some form of purple on. I really like purple, and actually my fingernails are purple. So that just goes on to show you just how much I absolutely love the color purple. So you will see me with some shade of purple on, and if you don't, it's okay, but just to let you know, that is the color, okay, for domestic violence. And it also means royalty. It also has a meaning of peace and empowerment. So it has a lot of different meanings for the shade of color purple, okay? So let's jump back into this video. So we talked about, I gave you information in regards to how you were going to learn, I should say, in these different videos, right? So I gave you different topics of what we're going to talk about. So one of the topics I talked about is understanding what is domestic violence and what it isn't, okay? We talked about learning about the different forms of abuse. So I shared with you on a previous video, which we're going to talk about that one too, okay? So on here, this is like the introductory for the videos, and to let you know what to expect, what you're going to learn, how important the information is, right? And how it's going to educate you when it comes to domestic violence, whether that be you in a relationship or whether that be somebody that you know or love in that relationship, okay? I also said we were talking about the red flags and the patterns of abuse. How domestic violence impacts a person's short-term and long-term, the impact it has on your body and your mind and your soul. We also talked about what an escape plan might look like. These are some of the topics that we're going to talk about throughout the rest of this month. And we also are going to touch on steps to heal and rebuild your life after abuse, okay? So that's what we talked about in the first video. I kind of gave you, like I said, look, a little synopsis of what the videos are going to be about. So that kind of gives you an idea of what to look forward to, okay? And then also as we go forward into the next video, which was, that one actually came the following week. So that one would have been on a Tuesday. And so for this one, we talked about the different forms of abuse. So I broke it down and I shared with you about the physical abuse, emotional, mental, psychological, financial, economic, technology, social abuse, social media abuse, I would say. And then also, or it's financial and economic, and it's technology and social abuse, because that covers being able to interact with people, It also covers with, as far as going onto social media, having a social life. Okay, so it talks about that as well. And you'd be surprised of the individuals that are in domestic violence relationships and what they have endured as they're going through these domestic violence relationships, right? All these different forms that I'm mentioning to you. There's also immigration status. We talked about that. There's also reproductive coercion. We talked about that as well. So I shared a lot of great information. We also talked about spiritual abuse as well. So you got to go back. That's video 2. Okay, so I shared a lot of great information with you. I also kind of broke it down to kind of share different examples of each one of these abuses, so that different forms of abuse, so that would help you to understand it better. Okay, and then let's get into what I talked about on last week, which was red flags and patterns you can't ignore. Okay, so that's video 3. And so in this video, I talked about if a person is being jealous, if a person is showing possessiveness, if an individual is moving too fast in the relationship, they're trying to maybe get you to move in with them. Maybe you've been dating for a couple months and they're trying to, they're talking about marrying you. So just kind of be a little bit leery about that. Okay, don't move too fast in a relationship. If a person is trying to move in with you too soon and you just met the person, even if they may not have a place to stay, you need to be mindful of that and wonder, why don't you have a place of your own? What's going on, right? So you want to be mindful of that. Don't just be so quick to say, oh yeah, you can come here because I like you, and I want to be in a relationship with you. Don't be so quick to let somebody move in until you get the full 411 on that person, okay? As to why they're in that situation, and kind of watch them too, watch and see their behavior, how they're moving. I talk about all of this, okay? And so then I also mentioned about the isolating, right? Isolating you from your friends and family, and then also checking in on you all the time, and wanting to know where you are. I gave a good scenario on that. You got to go watch video 3. I shared a personal story of my own. So we talked about all of that, right? We talked about the wheel, the abuse wheel, and how the tension builds up, how there's an incident that happens, right? And then how that reconciliation happens, and then how it gets calm again, and then it starts all over again. Okay, we talked about that. So in the next video, I know in video 3, I told you in this video that I was going to show you a wheel. I'm going to hold off because I'm doing a recap, and I want you guys to be up to date of everything that we've been talking about, okay? So I really, really highly recommend that you go and watch the first 3 videos. So that way you get a great understanding, you know what's going on, you have the knowledge that you need, and you don't feel lost in watching the remainder of my videos, okay? As the information, based on the information that I'm sharing with you, okay? So we have recap for these past 3 previous videos. So then on next week, or not next week, on this Thursday when I go live, because I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30. So I want you, and sometimes I'm a little late with uploading the video, so I apologize for that too. I want to just kind of put this out there as well. Sometimes I have issues with my phone uploading the video and it takes a little bit longer, so I greatly apologize for that. I was going live, but because I don't have a lot of people that are actually coming on to the video at that time, I would like to build up my my membership, right? You guys following me. I want to build up my followers before I actually start going live again. Now I go live. If you want to see a live video, I absolutely go live on Facebook and on Instagram. I have built up a good amount of followers on those platforms, and so I do go live a lot there. So I would highly recommend, for you to, if you've been watching these videos, to please subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to build my channel, that way I can go live. That way later on, as I get enough people, we can actually start having Q&A time. I would absolutely love to be able to do that, where I can answer your questions live. So please, by all means, if you've been watching these videos any length of time, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That way you can get firsthand of when I'm going live on a video, when I posted a video, you'll be able to see all of that, okay? So with that being said, guys, I have shared all the information that I can share with you today, all the great information I can share with you today on this recap. And I want you guys to join in with me on this Thursday at 6:30 for another video. That would be video 4, and we're going to go forward. We're talking about I'm sorry, I'm just going to make that be video 5. How about that? Because this is video 4. So in video 5, we're going to be talking about domestic violence. And I'm doing this for the entire month. And if you want to see like posts about, get some stats or anything like that, follow me on my Facebook page. Follow me on my Instagram. It is the exact same name. It's Jackie L. Wilson. You want to go to those pages. That way you'll be able to see my daily posts that I'm posting about domestic violence to get more knowledge about it, okay? With that being said, that's all I got for you guys. I will see you guys when you got it on Thursday. Have a great night. Bye-bye.